afternoon. Look what I bought. I bought a Kobo. I'm so excited. This is not going to be like a total unboxing video. I just want to show you. There's so many videos showing how to set them up and all of that. And I just want to sit down, relax, and look through it and set my stuff up without worrying about figuring it out at the same time I'm recording and stuff. But I just wanted to show you though. So I'm going to kind of do an unboxing. I'm going to, open it. I'll show you that in a second. Let's just do this first, and then I'll turn the camera around and talk about it. So first, let's just look at it. So this is the Kobo. This is the let me say it right. The Kobo Libra color. I like the packaging. Here's the front of the box. And the back of the box. Check out the side of the box. It looks like a book pages. Okay. Now, let's look at it. Ooh, Nice job on the packaging. It's fun, Now the Kobo Libra color, you can see from the picture. You can actually get the stylus. The stylus comes separately, and you can write on it. You can write on your book pages and stuff, and it has journal pages in the back. You can so you can write and draw and do all those things. I did not get the stylus. I've never really used one of those. I had a tablet that had one and I never used it. It's $60 or $69, $60 or $70 just for the stylus, which is fine if it's something you're going to use. But if I'm not sure I'm going to use it, I didn't want to get it. So what I'm going to do is just use my Kobo to read my books, because that's really all I want it for. I just want an e-reader. And if I find that I wish I got the stylus, then I'll go ahead and order it. So I don't have that now. Feels about the same weight, maybe a little lighter, as my Kindle. And it's got the side buttons, which I really like. I loved that with my Nook. I missed that with my Kindle, and so I'm happy to have it again. I got the black. These come in black or white. So I'm going to go ahead now and set it up. I've already made my account and everything on my laptop, so I'll just need to sign in, connect my library, and do all those things. I also got a case for it. Now, this is the same design that I have for my Kindle. I really like it. It looks like a library, and I just like it. And I didn't see anything I liked better. So I went ahead and got another one. The same style, little library, front and back. If you've seen my Kindle, then you know. And this has so when you're reading, it's got the little strap so you can put your hand under there and hold your book. I've never used that before, but if you do, it's got it. And it also has a stand. See? So while I'm in Panera drinking my tea, I can have my book sitting in front of me. Okay, I'm going to go set this up, and I will be back. Good afternoon. So, um, where do I start? I have a list I made of all the reasons that I bought the Kobo. I'm going to go over those in a second. I was not planning on doing this. I have a Kindle. I love my Kindle. This is not a video to bash the Kindle in any way or say, oh, this is better than that. My reason for buying a Kobo has nothing to do with the Kindle. It has everything to do with Amazon. So let's talk about it. I have been thinking for quite a bit lately, now a few months off and on, to kind of go through my head. I would like to do less Amazon. I'm not saying, oh, Jeff Bezos, he's rich enough, blah, 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 and getting all in. The man built a business and he was successful at it. Kudos to him. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with a lot of other things, though. My biggest issue that affects me, my personal life, is the greed. This is a big company that makes buku bucks. Why is it, that's a rhetorical question, that I am paying, and I'm sorry, I should have looked before I started my video, because honestly, I don't even remember now off the top of my head. It's over $100. It was $99 when I first joined a year. And now it's 100 and something. It's gone up quite a bit. It's not up to 2, is it? 200? I didn't pay 200 for that. Am I paying 200 for that? I got to look. I have to look. I will look. I'll run it along the bottom. Anybody can look. It's just how much is an Amazon Prime membership, the yearly membership. It's gone up quite a bit. And what are we getting for it? The privilege of shopping there. That's what we're getting for that money. Just the privilege of shopping there. Because if you look at what's included, these things aren't technically included. They're throwing us samples because we have the membership. Prime Video, that's not included. Sure, there are some movies and shows that we get for free because we're Prime members, because we have Prime memberships, but just some. Then there's all those other ones that you have to pay for to watch the videos. It could be $10. I don't know. A lot of times it's $5, a couple of dollars. They all add up. The point is we're paying for them. So we're not really getting Prime Video. We're not getting the video. What is it called? I'm sorry. Prime Videos is not part of your Prime membership. They make it sound like it is. If it was, then everything would be free to watch. It's not. The books, Kindle Unlimited, that should be included with your Prime membership. It's not like every book they sell is on there. It's just specific ones are in the Kindle Unlimited. But we have to pay separate. There's a separate monthly fee for that. What is it called? The new release, you can pick from a few of those. Samples. These things are not included in our Prime membership. I could go down the list. There's a whole lot of stuff. We're paying for the privilege of shopping there and getting thrown some samples. It's like your Avon lady used to throw you some samples, you know? And since I started really reading more on my Kindle, and I joined the Kindle Unlimited, and now I'm sitting here, I'm paying two fees. One for the right to use my Kindle, and one for the books on Kindle Unlimited. I have been rolling this around in my head for a while. Amazon just makes it so easy, just too easy. Is this something you need? Oh, order it on Amazon. We don't even say let's go buy one. No, order on Amazon, because you know they're going to have it. It's going to be for a good price, and you're going to have choices, lots of variety. I mean, it's hard to argue with that. So we stay. Those of us that have stayed, we stay. Now, as you know, I'm trying to retire. I'm working another year, and I'm hoping to God it really is just another year. I'm not even positive of that. So I'm looking at all these little nooks and crannies and fees and things that I pay in my life. I'm starting to take a really close look at them. I've already cut back on a lot of things like my streaming services and everything. I had a million streaming services and I could still never find anything to watch. So I cut all that out. Great. But I'm still looking. And Amazon is right there saying, hey. So I decided, you know what? What do I use it for aside from every little thing? My collagen is on my a subscription. I can go to GNC and buy collagen. I don't need Amazon to buy collagen. If I really just shut it off, it would take a little getting used to because we're used to saying, oh, I need some more of this, order it on Amazon. You know what I mean? But you know what? We lived just fine before it. Go buy it. Oh, let's see if Target has it. Oh, let's see if Walmart has it. Oh, let's see if this one has it. Like we used to do. And if we really have to order something online, there are plenty of places online to order something. You know what I mean? I'm not lecturing at you. These are all the things that I have been having going on in my mind. And honestly, you can still order from Amazon even if you don't have a membership. And I believe I'll have to check because I've had a membership for so long now. But I think if you order $30, you get free shipping, or is that gone? I'd have to look. Don't quote me. So, I have 2 kids that have Amazon. Like if I really, really was stuck, I could say, hey, I'll give you the money. Order this thing for me. I know. So yeah, I've been thinking about that. And I've been rolling it around in my head. Can you do it? Can you do it? I really kind of want to. I do. I mean, you know. So I started thinking, oh, if you do that, you're going to need to find a new e-reader, Pam. So my first reaction was to check out the Nook because that's what I had before the Kindle. I had the Nook. That was my first e-reader. I loved it. I loved it. There was an issue with Barnes and Noble, which they have since cleared up, and I ended up getting the Kindle. So I went on the Barnes and Noble site, and I kind of checked out the Nook, and then I went on YouTube, and I started watching videos on the Nook, unboxings, what people say about it, because I know after all these years it had to have changed some. You don't hear a lot about it. Well, there's a reason for that because Barnes and Noble really isn't nurturing it. They're not really putting a lot of attention into it. Most of the videos I found in researching the Nook was doing comparisons. The Nook, the Kindle, the Kobo. And I noticed on YouTube, a lot of people are going to the Kobo for various reasons. Some of them, same as me, they're kind of fed up with Amazon. Yeah, so the Kobo seems to be picking up. So I've spent the last few days, my YouTube viewing has been watching videos on the Kobo, comparing the Kobo and the Nook and all those kind of videos. And the Kobo wasn't even in my radar. But after doing the research, watching the videos and everything, it has a lot going for it. And I really want to try it. It sounds like it's a good alternative. So here we are. I've got the Kobo. Now, everything I'm about to say to you, I'm going to give you all the reasons I decided to try it. I just took it out of the box. I can't say all this is true, all this works, I can't back any of it up. I'm going to use it, and then I'm going to come back and let you know, yeah, this is real, no it isn't, this is wrong, that one was right, whatever my opinions are. We all have opinions. So first of all, let's look at them. Some of the things I saw in some of these videos, I think were really nitpicking. I think they had good intentions. These people are trying to do unboxings and comparisons, and they're trying to be really, really thorough. But I have to admit, I rolled my eyes a few times, like, really? Okay, just holding them. They weigh about the same. I know they don't, because people pointed them out. The difference is so little. You don't really feel it. They're e-readers. What do you expect? One of them's going to weigh 2 tons? That's not even something I even would have brought up. They're about the same size. They both have 7-inch screens. Depending on the ones you get, there are different models for each of them. I have the signature Paperwhite on the Kindle, and the what's it called? I forget already. I just got the thing. And it doesn't matter. I said at the beginning of the video when I'm going to put the part where I took it out of the box before this, so you already know. They're both 7 inches. As far as the overall size, the Kindle is a little more narrow and long, and this one's Kindle, and the Kobo is like a little shorter but wider. It's kind of hard to see there in the cases because the cases are kind of different, but here, that kind of gives you a bit. Because I bought the same case for both of them, you can't really see, can you? See? Whoops, where am I? Your reading section, though, is pretty much the same. Now, a lot of them, and I don't get it. I don't get it. A lot of people said, and there were also a lot of people like me that are saying, "What? Oh, it feels funny, blah 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 blah, or it feels like cheap plastic and all this kind of stuff." It does feel a little bit different than the Kindle. Not a lot different at all. Not that much different that I wouldn't feel the need to point it out if I didn't see other videos do it. But that's one of the things I love about it. This is made, wait a minute, I want to say it right. It's made from recycled plastic. It's made from recycled sea plastic. That's garbage and trash that people have thrown into the ocean and everything. This is made out of recycled. So I like that. And it doesn't feel weird or funny. Why would someone even bring it? Anyway. I've lost myself. Where am I going with this? I don't even know. Just what little bit I have, touched the screen and all of that to set it up, I like it. It looks good. Another thing people were talking about, some people, okay, I didn't see any videos that said it was grainy, but I saw so many videos that said, a lot of people are saying it's grainy, but it's not really grainy. It is not grainy. And then they go on to say, all of these devices that have color are not going to be quite as sharp as the ones that don't have color, because the color technology does something. I'm sorry that it was like wah, 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 wah. I look at it and it's perfectly good to me. It's perfectly clear. If you hold them side by side, is it? Honestly, I didn't even bother. If it looks perfectly clear to me, why look for trouble? Also, you can mess with the font. You can also make the font thinner. So if there's a certain font that doesn't look good to you, you don't like it, change the font. There's nothing, I don't know what to say to that. The only reason I want to bring it up is because if I'm making this video talking about it and somebody goes and watches somebody's video, I want to at least have been able to throw my 2 cents out there. Yeah. So, oh, no, that's on my list. I'll get to that. So anyway, here's the basic look. Let me just get off my soapbox. This is the look here. I love this case. One of the things I love about the case is the magnetic case, that puts it to sleep and wakes it up. And it's got magnets so that when you're holding it, it's not all floppy in the back. Ooh, that looks really bright on my screen. On the inside flap, it has one of those little things where you can hold it like that. I never use those, but it's there. And here it's got a little card holder if you want to throw a credit card in there or something, if you're just grabbing your book. One of the things I really like about it is it's got a little kickstand. Because I go to Panera a lot, and I might sit there eating my cookie, drinking a tea or something, and I usually have my Kindle laying flat on the table, and I'm reading it. Now this way here, I can have it kind of up. I'm going to really like that. So I like that. I put my first book on there I'm going to read because I got to test drive it. I bought this actually off of their shop. I forget what it was, $1.99? I think it was $1.99. It was just a couple of bucks. Everyone in my family has killed someone by Benjamin Stevenson. I have been wanting to read that. So I will be starting this tonight. I'm almost done with Death of an Author. I mean, almost done. Like, I've only got a couple of chapters left, but I couldn't hold my eyes open, so I went to bed. I will finish that off real quick because then I got to make a video telling you all my issues with it. I did not like it, but we'll get to that. That's another video. So, and then I'm going to start this and really test drive this, and then I'll be able to report back to you. So far, I like it. Just for messing around. I'm getting ahead of myself. One of the things I like about this, and it's on this list, maybe I should just start at the top. Yeah. Let me close it because I got to plug it in. It's pretty good. When you take it out of the box, it had 30% battery. So, because a lot of times when you first get something like this, you've got like this much battery, So that's good. So let me just start down my list. Let me take a sip of tea first. My lips are so dry. Okay. Pay for everything. Okay, I already talked about that. Oh, one of the things that helps sell this to me, and it's not a big deal because you can do the same thing on Amazon. It's just, on the Kindle. You can get books from your library. Now, this all depends on what your library uses and where you live. Oh, I get itch. And where you live. It uses Overdrive/Libby, and it's integrated right into the Kobo. So you go in to pick a new book, to look in this store or whatever, and the library is right there. Now, I saw a lot of people talking about that on YouTube, and I like to look in the comments. I like to see what people say when I watch these videos. And a lot of people were defending the Kindle. Kindle, you can use Libby on your Kindle too. It's very easy, which is totally true. The only reason I feel like it's just a little more of it wouldn't be a deal breaker. It's just slightly more convenient because it's integrated into it. So there's nothing you have to actually do. But I do have to agree with these people. I have gotten books from my library and read them on my Kindle many times. And I saw in the videos, a lot of videos where people said, oh, you can do it on your Kindle too. You just have to get this app, or you have to do this, and you have to do that, and you have to move it here, and you have to move it there. None of that is true. When you go on Libby, now it could be different somewhere else. I am talking about my little world. Keep that in mind. You need to check this stuff out yourself for your area. When I'm on the library, the Kindle is a choice. How do you want to read this book? The Kindle is a choice. You select it. When you do that, it goes into Amazon. Then you go into Amazon just as if you were going to buy a book, except it's free because it's coming from your library, and then in 2 weeks it's going to not work anymore, the usual. But that's all you do. There is no extra. It's perfectly easy on your Kindle. I just like the idea, like, oh, awesome, it's already there integrated. I think that's wonderful. But it is certainly not 100 million times easier. Oh my God, get it for that reason alone. But that's my experience where I live. I don't want to go saying this stuff and then have you find out it's different where you are or with your library. Now, that's Overdrive/Libby. It is Libby. Overdrive owns it. It says Overdrive on there. That confuses some people. Consider the two interchangeable in this regard. Now, some libraries use something else. I cannot remember what one of them is called now. Definitely check with Kobo and with your library, because someone had showed, I don't remember who, I watched so many videos, that there was something that you could integrate into your Kobo from your library, but it just took a few more steps. So if you don't use Overdrive or Libby, don't assume you can't. Check it out. But I did like that. I like that it's boom, boom right there. Also, one of the things that people talked about a lot was, oh God, one video I watched, oh, I wish I could remember who she was. I should have wrote this stuff down, but I was just sitting there flipping through YouTube, And she did an unboxing, and part of it was showing you how to buy a book on the Kobo. I don't remember the book she bought, but it was $30. $30. And she bought it. She's like, well, I'm doing the video. I would have been like, hold on, people, this isn't happening. So I don't, and now, all through her comments, I don't understand why Kobo books are so much more expensive. So that's a hit on Kobo. People don't realize now you have stopped some people from buying that product. You've hurt a business. Doesn't matter. We're not talking about whether it's a big business or a small business. But people jump on that. No research was done. No one looked. Nothing. It's just that she found that book. It was $30. Don't just leave it at that. That kind of annoyed me. Don't just leave it at that. So, not only that, but she didn't read everything as far as the Kobo goes before she did that, which I'm getting to in a second. I believe when they checked on Amazon, and it was also $30, if I remember right. Or it might have been $25. I think it was one of their sales or something. But it's not like it was $30 on Kobo and $10 on Amazon. It wasn't like that. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, whoa, if you're going to do a video showing about a product, you need to get your ducks in a row ahead of time, or be willing to stop the video when you run into something like that and check it out so that all the proper information is going out to people and it's not misinformation. Because you're not just hurting the business, but you're hurting people who might wanted to have bought in that, I mean, hopefully people are smart enough to not just listen to one video. Don't listen to me. Anything I tell you, go check. you know? And my next thing is what leads into is what that kind of leads into. You will never pay more on Kobo because Kobo price matches. Not saying like if Amazon has this, um, I, I'm going to say big sale, but you know how they have this like event and stuff. They're not going to go price matching that. That would be ridiculous. Businesses don't do that. But regular prices. They will price match anywhere you see that the price is cheaper. I'm talking about ebooks, not you, hardcover books. So that doesn't count. That's a whole different animal. They will price match plus 10%. No kidding. Now, like I said a few minutes ago, I have not personally tried this yet, but I did look around. So I want to make sure they really are still doing it. And I saw a couple of Reddit feeds and stuff where people have said, yes, I've done it. And those were recent. Those weren't old. I always look at the date. They weren't really old posts. They were recent enough. All you do is it's a very easy form on there. You do have to buy the book, but then you fill out their little thing. They said it's very easy to do, straightforward. You don't have to jump through hoops. And they got their account, credit card, whatever it is they were using, got credited the amount plus 10%. So that was not said on her video when she just said, oh my God, it's a $30 book. So that kind of bummed me out there. Don't do that. Please be careful. I don't mean to be bashing her, but please be careful. That was also what helped me decide this. My hope is, aside from following through with my threat here on Amazon, so I'll need a new e-reader, is that even though I just spent money on a new e-reader, I'm hoping that in the long run it saves me money. It'll already save me money because I won't be paying two fees. You don't pay them anything except unless you're buying the book, or if you're paying for their Kindle Unlimited version, which I'll get to in a second. Also, you can connect it to your Google Drive. Google Drive, or what is that? It's that little box. It's the other one. You can have documents on there, or ebooks that you got from other places, and it'll integrate with there. You have to have it integrate. Do the stuff. I did it. It's very easy. So you can do that. It also does audiobooks. It's not just ebooks. It's ebooks and audiobooks. Yeah, if you listen to a lot of audiobooks from someone else, you could save a ton of money here. Um, it's more comfortable to hold. I hope you can hear me. I'm sure you can hear me, but you might hear the air conditioner too. It turns on and off. I have it set to something, I don't know, 68, 70, I'm not sure. And it just turns on and off as it's needed. What was I saying? With Kindle, and now this is part of what I'm a little self-conscious over. It's like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing Kindle, but I do have a couple of cons, but that's okay. There are cons here too. Nothing's perfect, but I'll get to those. I'm going down my list. First, it's the Kindle. Now, a lot of people put pop sockets on the back of their Kindle, or those strap things so they can hold it. I don't like those, and I don't like pop sockets. I can't even tell you why. I don't actually have a reason. There's just something about them I just don't like. So I'm sitting there and I'm reading my Kindle, and I've noticed a long time ago, but it's just, I don't know, it's just the way it is. you just come to accept it. It's one of those things. I said, what am I going to do? I don't want a pop socket. So I'm sitting there reading, and I do find it kind of uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable because the edges are so small. You can't really hang on to it without touching the page, which will turn the page. So I find myself kind of holding it while I'm reading like this with my thumb down, with my thumb here, and I just kind of sit like this. And after a while, now I'm holding it like this, and I'm doing this with my hand, and I'm holding it like this, and it's not that comfortable. I totally understand why people get pop sockets. It's just not that comfortable after a while, you know. Um, the Kobo is so much more comfortable. It really is. First of all, you've got a much wider. You get the side thing here, plenty to hang on to, and it's slightly online. Some people are saying it. Oh, you know what? I have it in the case. It's not. If it wasn't in the case, it is slightly dipped, but that's not necessary. I find, especially in the case, but even without the case, it's much. You can hold it comfortably. You're not getting hand cramped. You're not trying to hang on to a little edge. I feel no need to get a pop socket or any of those things. Um, Also, to turn the page, is that on my list or is that separate? I'll just hit it now. I'm just looking at a glance. Okay. It has buttons. I was laughing because I thought it was just me or I was part of a minority. But so many people making videos about the Kobo were all about the buttons. Everyone's excited. It has buttons. I think people are so damn tired of touch screens that we get excited over buttons now. But you know what's funny about that? That was one of the things that caught my attention. My Nook had buttons. To turn the page, you had buttons. Buttons on both sides, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, you were covered. You are with this too. I'll get to that. Um, and there's just something satisfying about hitting the button. I'm sorry. Now, if you don't like buttons, you can also still do the swoop or the tap. You can do both, but it's got the buttons, and you can in the settings you can make it so the top button goes right or left or the bottom. You can switch them however you like. So yeah, it is. That's a big thing for me. This is so much more comfortable to hold. Like I can grab it, you know. Um, Another thing too, which I know is on my list here. Oh, there it is. The power button. Yeah. Um, Many times on my Kindle, I have turned it off because the power button is on the bottom. And I'm over here trying not being able to grab it anywhere, so I'm holding it like this, my fingers hitting the button. And I heard a lot of other people complain about the same thing. The Kobo, the button's on the back. And it's recessed a little. It is here because it's in a case, but it is anyway. So you can't hit it by accident. But at the same time, it's easy to reach. You're not digging for it either. So that's a big one for me. That was just, I'm really happy over that. Um, oh, well, as long as I'm talking about buttons, wait, let me show you. So here it is. You got your buttons here. But check this out. Let's say I want my buttons to be on the other side. It's not doing it. Hey. Oh, you know what? Never mind. That's my fault. You can also have it so that it'll go like this and be up and down, be vertical. It's in the settings. You can have it so that when you, however you turn this, it's up right side or whatever. I, in the settings, had it so it's just vertical. So yeah, you can have it any way you like it. What's next? What did I do? Um, your Google Drive, I told you that. It also does audiobooks, I told you that. More comfortable to hold, the buttons. Now, it does come with, doesn't come with, ooh, I'm about to lie. There is a stylus on your Kindle. You know how you can just use your finger and you can highlight things or put a note on things? This does all that the same way. But also, you can, it doesn't come with it. It's sold separately, but you can get a stylus and you can actually write on it. Plus, there's like little notebook pages that you can write on and draw on and stuff. I did not get the stylus. Did I say this at the beginning when I showed you, when I unboxed it? I'm not sure. I didn't bother getting the stylus. I don't tend to use that stuff. And the stylus, I think, was $60 or $70. I heard that you can use third-party styluses if you can find one cheaper and that they work fine. I don't know. That's just what I heard. Um, but since they're sold separately, I thought I would wait. And if I miss having it or wish I got it, I'll get it then. But I can't see buying it just because if it's not something I normally use. People use e-readers for all kinds of stuff now. I just want to read my books. It's just an e-reader. I don't need it to go on the internet and be a tablet and be this and be that. And people want everything to be everything now. I just want the e-reader. Um, It has the e-ink, so you're not straining your eyes, you're not getting glare. It's just like a book, and that's all I want. But it does do that. I just wanted to let you know because if you're into that, you can get the stylus, and it does look fun if it's something you like doing. Okay, here's a con. Let's keep it fair. The edges are too small, so it's hard on the hands holding the Kindle. That was the con. I got a con for the Kobo as well. So it's going to be hard for you to tell because it's in the case. But it has divots all around the edges of the Kobo. Um, the Kindle and the Nook, and I don't know about all the other ones, you're not going to be able to tell just looking at the monitor, at the screen. But it's totally flush. There's no indent. There used to be, but they changed it. There's no indent. It's perfectly flush. On the Kobo, you've got that slight indent around the edge. So use a Q-tip every now and then or something just to keep it clean so it doesn't get crap in there or whatever. But that is one con because they should make it flush. Stylus, divot edges. um, okay, Kindle Unlimited. Now the Kindle has the Kindle Unlimited, where you pay what is it, $12, $12.99 a month, and you can read. Um, they call it Kindle Unlimited, but you can have 10 books at a time in your library with the Kindle Unlimited. So for 12, I want to give you correct information here, and I'm just blanking on it. We see this stuff all the time, so we don't even see it anymore. Let me see, Kindle. All right, I'm going to pause you. Okay, I got my info. It's hard to find it if you can't remember, because if you already have it, then the price isn't there, you know. It is $11.99 for Kindle Unlimited, and you are allowed to have 20 books at a time on it, which that's excellent. I mean, how many books? Well, never mind. I know you. For the Kobo Plus, it's just like the Kindle Unlimited, except they call it Kobo Plus. It is $7.99 a month, and you can have as many books out on it as you want. There is no limit. Now, some people say it's the same. They have the same or pretty much the same number of books as the Kindle Unlimited, and other people say Kindle Unlimited have more. It might depend on the genre you read as well. Who knows? Kindle Unlimited's been around for a long time, and well, I'd have to look. I know Kobo has been, because I know my parents had it years ago. So, but the unlimited or the Kobo Plus, I'm not sure. Um, the tides are switching though right now. A lot of people are going to Kobo, so you might find more authors going to Kobo. Some of them have contracts for Kindle Unlimited, and in the contract states that they can't have it anywhere else. Now, people misunderstand that. That doesn't mean you can't buy their book on Kobo. It just means it couldn't be on the Kobo Plus, which is, like the Kindle Unlimited. More authors are going to start looking at Kobo. I know I saw online that some already have. So at this point, there's a lot of changes going on. Kobo's starting to raise to the surface a little more. Now, I'm making it sound like, oh, they're not doing too well, but hang in there. No, no, no. It's doing very well. Now, I read mysteries. And I've actually started looking at some thrillers. That's for a whole other video. Because I'm finding mysteries difficult to find what I like. And a lot of books, when I look at my previous books, there was a lot of thrillers out there I really liked. So I'm re-looking at that. And I do still like horror books. I just read so many of them that I want to read other things as well. But the type of books that I was looking at, I was looking for mysteries. I did sign up for their free 30-day trial of the Kobo. I'm going to say Kobo Unlimited. Kobo Plus. I keep wanting to say Unlimited because of the Kindle Unlimited. And I was looking through thrillers, mystery books, horror, tons and tons and tons. And if you're into cozy mysteries, oh my goodness, tons. So I won't be able to really speak to that and say for sure until I've been in it more and I've been reading more. But I just wanted to kind of touch on that. So I'm in the trial period right now. Where am I? Kindle Unlimited version, the power buttons, I showed you that. Okay, this is another comparison. This touches again on what I was talking about before with the greed. When you buy Kindle, you have to pay $20 more so that the front page, when you open it, doesn't have an ad on it. There are different tricks people do, like call them later and say, hey, take it off. I have small children or something. But all that aside, when you buy a Kindle, it's going to, when you open it up, every time you go to open that book, there's going to be an ad on the front page unless you paid to not have it on there. And it's $20 when you buy your Kindle to not have it on there. And every time you open your Kindle, there's always stuff on there, book recommendations, because they're trying to get you to buy stuff. It's all about how much money they can get you to put into that thing. With the Kobo, there are no ads, and you don't have to pay extra to not have the ads. There are just no ads. When you go into the front screen, there's your library and all the things, your stuff. It's there about the reader. With Kindle, it's more about the money. And so going back to my original reason for even starting down this rabbit hole, that plays into it immensely. Um, for my Kindle, I don't have the ads because, yeah, I paid the $20 extra. What else did I want to tell you? Oh, it has all the same settings and stuff. I would have to compare them, but a lot of the people online were saying that it's more, that the Kobo has more. There's more things you can adjust. There's more, I got all my stuff the way I wanted. I didn't really dig. One of the things I like too, you can go in the settings and have it do what you want, but in a pinch, if you, I don't know if it'll show here on my screen, but on the left side, when you run your finger up or down, it can change the brightness. I like that. It's just a little convenience, I have it set for a bedtime and for automatic so that as the day wears on, the lighting changes for your eyes. It's got all that, just like the Kindle. The Kindle does too. Except the Kindle doesn't do the swoop up the side. There's something else someone wanted to do. Inverted, changing from white to black and white. It's faster and easier on the Kobo than the Kindle. The Kindle, you have to go into more places. I myself don't do that, so that has no meaning to me. But that's what everyone was saying, so I thought I'd throw it out there for you. Made of recycled sea plastic, I already told you that. Auto rotates, I already showed you that. Oh yeah, I told you about how it price matches plus 10%, but here's another thing that just as the company itself, it just makes me feel better about them, where Amazon is just through your Kindle trying to get you to spend money, pick. You don't want to see an ad? Give me $20. You want to say, hey, I'm sorry. I'm like, when you're on the Kobo and you want to buy a book and you go into their store to see, can I buy a book? Do they have my book? Because it's integrated with your library, if you go to buy a book and your library has it, it will tell you that this is available through your library. I forget how exactly they do it. I think it's a selection your library. It's right there. So they're not going to sell you a book. Well, I mean, they will if you still want to buy it. But they're not out to just sell you a book when you could have got it from your library. I like that. So that's my list. Now I have to live with it, use it a little, and let's see how much all this, I know some of it is totally for real because I've done it, but then there's a couple of things here I want to see, So yeah, that's my 48 minutes plus the little clip from the kitchen when I showed you it. So I got more chatty about it. It took longer than I thought. I don't know why I thought it was going to be faster. I got 12 things on my list. So, oh my God, it's 6:30. Where'd my day go? It was nice to have the day off. I'm going to go read now. Well, actually, I guess I'll get my supper. I thought I was starting to feel a little hungry. I didn't realize it was so late in the afternoon. So I guess I'll get my supper. And then I'm going to finish that book. I don't want to start a new one. I'm anxious to start on my Kobo. I want to play with it. But I have to finish that other book. And then I'm going to jump on that one. I'm anxious because I've been wanting to read that book anyway. Plus, I want to play with my Kobo. So, and that'll be tonight. Yeah, what am I having for supper? I don't know. I don't feel like cooking. Once you get past a certain time, I'm like, eh. I'm tired. I did not sleep well last night. I did sleep in a little this morning, but when you're used to getting up so early for work, you're not really sleeping in. You may be laying there. You don't have to jump out of bed. You might even cat nap a little. but it's not the same as a night's sleep. And it was so hot last night. And even though I use my air conditioner, I don't usually use it at night. I don't know. I'm being cheap over the electricity, and I don't like something making noise in my apartment when I'm trying to sleep. I want to hear. I've always been funny like that. Even though it turns off when it's not being used. Um, Usually nights are a little cooler, but during this little heat, I'm calling it a heat wave, but it's that index thing. I forget what they called it. It has a different name, which I'm overthinking it. The nights, even though they're not as hot as during the day, they're still very uncomfortable. And I just didn't sleep well. I ended up plugging my fan in, and that helped a little. And it was like you're laying there, miserable, but at the same time, you're so tired that you just don't want to get up. Because then I'm laying there thinking, you know what, just go turn the air conditioning on. You're suffering, Pam. Go put the air conditioning on. But I just laid there and dozed in and dozed out. Finally, at 4 in the morning, I'm like, what is wrong with you, girl? I went and I put the air conditioning on at 4 in the morning, and I slept until like 8. And even then, I kept waking up, kind of for no reason. It was just, I don't know. So I was so happy I don't have work today because I wouldn't have been able to function properly. Tonight, I will leave my air conditioner on. That's it. I'm not going to suffer again. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else? I don't think so. So I don't know. I got my Kindle and I got my Kobo. 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 That's an anagram for book. I didn't even connect it. Someone on YouTube mentioned it, and I was like, oh my God, that's right. Look. Okay. I'm going to figure out my supper, finish that other book because I am anxious to be done with it, and I'm going to be done with it. It's going to take me maybe 20 or 30 minutes. I'm not sure. I think I've only got like a couple of chapters left. I'm at the very, very end. I'm like at 90% done. Oh, that's another thing on there. Let me look. Because everybody on YouTube was saying that the only thing is with the Kindle, you can have the time at the top, which I do. But you can't with the Kobo. I could have sworn I saw the time. It's right there. It's right there at the top right. I'm sorry, the top left. All the YouTube videos I saw, some of them were pretty old, but some of them were fairly new. And I didn't have to set that. I did have to set my time zone and stuff. Maybe that's why this doesn't show. But no, it's there. It's there. Because I was just about to say, oh, one more con. But no, it's there. I got to plug this in too. Oh, plug it in. I won't know yet. I just took it out of the box. But one thing people were saying was that the Kindle does have a better battery life than the Kobo. Everyone was saying that. However, to me, that's not a deal breaker. With the Kindle, you can go like, it depends how much you read, but I don't know, like 6 weeks without touching it. I mean, I will say the thing lasts a good, I forget sometimes. You got to plug it in once in a while. With the Kobo, you get like a couple of weeks. I'm sorry, plugging something in every couple of weeks is not a deal breaker for me. Have we gotten that spoiled? So, but I just want to point it out because there's a difference. And if you're all in that, we're all different. Okay, I'm going. It is now an hour, almost an hour. It's 54 minutes. And I think that clip was like, what, 10 minutes or something? I'm not sure. So I'm going to go. I'll use it for a little bit. I'm going to read the book. And then I'll come back and let you know if I'm still in love or if I'm like, no, I doubt it. I mean, I don't know if everything's going to be like all perfect, like, but yeah, I don't know. I'm done here. I'm getting hungry and I want to read my book and I want to play with my Kobo. So I'm going to go. I'm going to upload this 6:38. Yeah. Do you? I don't know why I even ask this. I'm always asking people, do you read? What are you reading? No one ever. I don't think I'm. I don't. I don't know why I have people watching my video because I don't think you do what I do. I know a couple of you knit because I know you. I've known you for years and I know you knit. Um, I can't imagine out of all the people, not that I, not that, what do I think I hit 90. I have 90 subscribers now. I didn't, seriously, out of 90 people, some of you are reading. You're reading something. So, what are you reading? What type of books do you like to read? And what are you reading on? Do you prefer a physical book? Do you love your Kindle, your Nook, your Kobo, your... There's another one that people have been talking about, and I don't remember what it is now. It's like really small, could fit in your pocket. I don't know. Anyways, what are you using? Tell me about it. What kind of books do you like to read? Um, Stay groovy, of course.